Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Suplex Network here, and today we are going to be discussing who is going to be the next AEW World Champion. So before we discuss who I think is going to be the next AEW Champion, we're going to take a look back to the beginning of AEW. Now, AEW has not been around for too long, they've only realistically been here a couple years, so homegrown AEW stars haven't really reached their full potential yet. If we look back to the beginning, our first champion, Chris Jericho, he had a lengthy reign. He was defeated by Jon Moxley, who also had a lengthy reign, and then he lost it to Kenny Omega, who had a almost year-long reign. So every champion AEW has all had a lengthy title reign. That brings us to today, where our current AEW champion is Hangman Adam Page. Hangman defeated Kenny Omega in 2021 this year to become the AEW World Champion, defeating Kenny Omega and ending his almost year-long reign, and finally taking his spot at the top of the mountain, at the top of the card. Because Hangman Page has been fighting since day one to be at the top of the card. He was in the inaugural AEW Championship match, which he obviously lost to Chris Jericho, which of course was the correct decision by AEW. Chris Jericho was already a household name, making his name in the WWE, and also by the likes of Jon Moxley, former champion, also made his name in the WWE. He was one of the hottest things in all of wrestling in the entire world at the point where he was champion. Now, Kenny Omega, he is a different story. Unlike the other two, he was not made in WWE. He made his name in New Japan Pro Wrestling over in Japan. He, probably since 2015, he has been arguably one of the best wrestlers. He's probably been touted as the best wrestler in the entire world. Ever since around that time, he's been having what I personally consider some of the best matches I have ever seen in all of wrestling. And that brings us to Hangman Page. It's not like any of the former champions. He was not made in WWE. He was not made overseas in Japan. He was really made in AEW. Yeah, he was in Ring of Honor. He was in Bullet Club before AEW became a thing, but he was never a top star. The Young Bucks and Kenny and Cody, they brought him into the Bullet Club because they saw the potential in him. They saw the talent. They wanted to push him to the moon, and they didn't do that until AEW started. Fans fell in love with him since day one in the AEW arena. He was so close to becoming the first champion. They teased a slow build to his character, winning tag team championship gold with Kenny Omega, who was the guy he won the AEW World Championship off eventually. But Hangman was never really the top guy, and he was always booked to look like the second best, not quite good enough, which played the story well enough where fans got sympathetic to him. They wanted to see him win, and he eventually done what he set out to do, and that was become the world champion. Which begs the question, how long will his championship reign last? So Hangman Adam Page is the fourth world champion in AEW's short existence. Now, will his title reign follow the trend of everyone else's and be a long title reign? In my opinion, I see his championship reign coming to an end in about half a year's time. So currently, Hangman Page has only had one title defense and one match after winning the title, and it was against Bryan Danielson, which ended in a 60-minute time limit draw, so that pretty much means they're going to have a rematch, and I think Hangman Page is going to go over. He's going to retain his championship and move on to the next challenger, which I am unsure who the next challenger will be, but I think the man that is going to take the title from him will be none other than AEW's homegrown MJF. MJF is yet to win a championship in AEW, but he has had a stellar career already, having awesome matches with the likes of the Inner Circle, Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin. He had an amazing match with. He's in a feud with CM Punk, which I see him being the one to notch the first L for CM Punk in his AEW career, which will make MJF a huge star, and I think that will lead into him. He will have a short feud with Wardlow. I can see that happening soon. And then, of course, I think he will go on and he will win the AEW World Championship from Hangman Page. Now, again, I think this being about midway through next year, so give it a little bit of time. Let Hangman have a decent length reign. Let people enjoy it, soak it in, because it is long awaited, it is long deserved. But MJF, he is going to be the top heel in the company. He is going to be a megastar. He gets that heat. Wherever he goes, he is just a star. And him being world champion is just going to be an amazing thing. Another homegrown AEW star. And then I think around that time, they're going to have a lot of homegrown talent. The likes of Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, Jungle Boy. These people, I think these are going to be elevated. About this time next year, we're going to see a whole new landscape in AEW. So guys, let me know in the comments down below, who do you think is going to be the next AEW World Champion? Who's going to knock off Hangman Page? Will it be MJF, like I have said? Will it be another guy, another heel in the company? I guess they could turn anyone from a face to a heel like they did Bryan Danielson. So who? It's really open to anyone. Who could be the next AEW World Champion? So guys, leave a comment down below letting me know. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe. This has been your boy, Super X Network, signing off. Peace.